Hello, welcome to the Time Stories.
Sorry, I was pointing at the dog.
Jeff, we play Time Stories.
Did you just enter a spatial time bubble there and he's like slowed down completely?
Yes.
Hello!
Hello!
It's back on the cards again.
Yeah.
It's to mess with some time.
All the time. All the time.
So it's Tyney.
Anth.
Chronomancer SiFi.
Which ones have cool names?
Because
I can never think of one.
Should I make you a list? We'll make an app so you can just press a button. And today I am the Mountain Tyney.
So what are we playing today, Anth?
We are playing Time Stories
Ooh.
in the Santo Tomas de Aquino.
This is the one we did at Expo?
It is the one that we did at UK Games Expo.
It was demoed by a very lovely young lady who I think was Portuguese, or was she? She was foreign.
I think. I'm not really sure, and I don't want to be racist. So I might get it wrong.
Wait, I'm loving the way you sort of said. Can you say that again, please, Santo?
Santo Tomas del Aquino.
Yep. Okay.
Si.
I don't want to be racist,
But
I hear they've got some tapas round now. Anyway.
So this is the demo.
yes, this is the demo deck that comes in the, well, you generally get it separate, but
Yeah. It pretty much says in big red letters, this is not a standalone product. Time Stories base game required to play.
yeah. So it's a little mini expansion that you can then plug into Time Stories. Designed to teach people to play and show them general basics.
Because
So
we want to play the full game, but
we do.
cannot remember because June was too long ago.
So if we play the one that we did before, and if I remember correctly, we won really well at that.
I think we gave up before the end, but we got quite far.
No, we got to the
we
end.
completed it.
Did we? I thought we had to run off to play City of Kings.
No, we just finished it.
Just before City of Kings.
I can't remember that, so this is going to be
Oh,
experience.
there we go then.
I can remember bits. So basically, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to be moving about the thing. We can pick a colour that we would like it to be.
Hello.
There you go. So you're yellow.
I always got yellow.
I'll let you choose, Anth.
I'll be the manly pink.
I'm going to be green.
Probably goes away. Go bye bye. Don't like you.
Bye, Papa.
So we've got 6 wooden dice, which is what we're going to use for tests.
Yep.
The time dice, which we use for tracking time.
Mhm.
Shields that we get rid of stuff.
Mhm.
Various tokens and various key tokens.
Mhm.
And everything pretty much gets explained on the cards,
Yeah, it's
As we
not
go
really
along.
aside from how the actual rules work, which is we start at base camp and we read a card.
Yes, mon Capitan. Welcome to Time Stories. You are a temporal agent of the Time Agency, sent to various epochs by the way of a receptacle, a character that you will control while on mission. To experience this adventure, you must have the Time Stories base game and must have read the rules. This prologue is simple and will give you an overview of the game, riches and options. Nevertheless, it complies with the rules and mechanics of the full game. This scenario is scheduled to last 1 hour. So strap in, people.
Yeah.
Now get ready for your time travel to the Caribbean and the golden age of piracy. Open the base. So does it go like that, or do we flip the
We
base up?
just put that on back onto there. It's just to hide the track for people, and then just move straight to the base.
Oh, I love that.
Since you got summoned this morning, you are restless. You have finally been selected for your first transfer. Of course, it is only a preliminary mission intended to lay the groundwork, but still, all these years spent studying at the academy are coming to an end. Here you are, ready to time travel. As you enter the transfer room, Laura's metallic voice starts. Welcome, agents. I am Laura. The consortium considers you apt to go on a training mission. Congratulations. Before taking place in your transfer Kaizens? Seasons? I'm a robot and I can't even say that word. Go meet your instructor. Bob.
No.
No, yeah, no, Bob.
Bob. Right, okay.
Now take turns reading aloud cards B through F, one by one. Do you want me to read it all, or?
I can read some.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
B for Bob. I actually wish I was making that up, but his name really is Bob.
It is Bob. Okay, rookies, hurry up, tells you Bob by way of welcome. I don't know if you pulled strings to get this privilege or if you did good on your finals, but still a great preparatory mission is awaiting you. You could have ended in a coal mine, clearing out a passage obstructed by mud, like those who just went to transfer room 7. But no, for you it'll be sun and sea breeze.
Flip it over, I think? Or do we leave it
It usually goes down that way, so that's...
Okay.
that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. There you go.
As you take place in the Cayasian, what is that word?
I have no idea.
As you take place in the pod, intended to send you through time and space, Bob continues. The privileged mission comes to... Oh no, that's the robot. The privileged mission comes from a consortium. You should know that if you fail, your chances to participate in real missions will seriously shrink. So hold on tight to my penis. Your mission is to free the buccaneers held captive on the Caribbean Sea Galleon. You will have a very limited amount of TU for this mission. My piece of advice, act cautiously and shrewdly because the agency doesn't deal too well with failure. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving you with Laura for the last technical details, says Bob on his way out. We should have all just picked a character.
You can barely hear what Laura's telling you because the pod throbs.
Sorry, some of those words.
Agents, you're going to be transferred to the golden age of piracy on January 12, 1685, aboard the Santo Tomas de Aquino galleon. CC.
It's a robot, not an old lady. Old racist lady.
It's been around a while. A fleet vessel of the Spanish kingdom. Under the orders of her captain, the crew are repelled a boarding led by buccaneers a few days earlier. Some of them were captured. Find them and free them. Characteristics. During the mission, your receptacles, the host bodies, will allow you to travel the transfer zone. Will have the following characteristics: combat, dexterity, and charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the next one, Tyney, or should I?
Yeah, I can read it.
Go on, do it.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Do I read?
Yeah, stop and top.
Place immediately the mutiny card face down on Codex 1. During this mission, some of your actions may worsen an already tense situation on board of the Santo Tomas de Aquino.
CC.
Stop saying CC.
20cc stat!
Each time you see a yellow this symbol, place one of those symbols on the mutiny card. As soon as there are at least 3 of those symbols on that card, flip it over. Final preparations.
Preparations?
Sorry. Laura continues. I'm not doing a voice. I can't.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I can't do a
Because
voice.
I just do a robot. Racist old lady.
Before proceeding with the transfer, follow the instructions below. Take the icon reference card and keep it within easy reach so you will remember the role of the different icons you will come across during the mission.
Ah,
So,
That's an icon reference.
there we go.
cool.
That's where the map's going to go. So we'll put it in Codex 4, because I don't think I'm going to use that.
Okay.
Then place icon cards on the allocated spaces. The 4 plan cards face up on their allocated spaces. The group deck token on the deck, your arrival location, time token on 15 TU, the mission failed, TU, orange mission successful, and green mission successful cards face down on the allocated spaces.
So it's 15 times.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
So, item.
Yeah, that's them ones.
Yeah.
So they're all going to go in this path here.
Alright, yep, I remember that now. then the plan.
Is here, and they get flipped over to reveal the boat.
I'm on a boat!
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
And yeah, failures. Then those three.
Yep, the mission fails to that, so they go over here.
I'm aiming for the red one. And then these are the characters we can choose.
Yep, so we go to the back.
So we have the eel, which is right up my street. Iganio del Corboda. Do you want that just to be racist? Maria and Juan.
Oh, is it different?
No, these are the same ones.
Oh, okay.
Who would you like to be?
I'm going to be Maria. There you go.
Sassy black woman who don't need no man.
Nope.
I'm just going to go for the racist man.
Good.
I'm going to go for the eel. So flip them over.
So-
And Juan.
These now all on the thing have your stats.
Yeah.
So you've got the combat stat, which is the red. That's
The
how many dice you roll during combat checks.
Yeah.
These just all get removed
Alright.
now. And then we
Doing
Good.
panicking.
and then just set them to the side.
Put them in there. Juan, you can watch from the bottom.
Yeah, and then you've got for dexterity checks, that's the number of dice. For charisma checks, that's how many dice. That's how much protection you have, so like your armor, and that's your health. You then have an ability. So mine is treatment. Once per run, Gano can restore its maximum HP to receptacle on his space.
Okay. After blue, what's the blue?
After dexterity check.
Or a charisma check, Maria can reroll a dice of her choice.
I've got dodge. After a melee roll, the eel can cancel one skull side. So I'm fighty.
Yeah.
Ish.
Is that 15 times? Man, that's not a lot of time. Right, and we start in the deck, so we now read deck card A.
So do we go like that?
No, these are just if you die.
Okay. Decade. It has been 2 weeks since the Santo Tomas de Aquino left port of Campeche in New Spain to join Seville on the old continent. From now on, the three master sails far from the shore on a turquoise water and under an azure sky. Most of the crew is gathered on deck to witness the punishment inflicted to a man. Their faces are grim. As a matter of fact, on the poop deck, the captain, surrounded by his officers, witnessed the punishment of a young seaman.
I'm sure you did that last time.
Yeah, and I will every time.
You laughed at poop.
And seaman tied to the main mast, his back covered in blood. Not his blood, though. And behind the line of soldiers, the soldiers watched silently the body of the young man slumping to the deck. Some of them exchange a few words in a low voice. On the right, two smiling officers scrutinize you. And last, a monkey on a barrel observes a rat in poor shape. Monkey.
Now we can take our big token and we can pick a place that we want to start.
You may not be able to see it on camera, but mine's slightly bigger.
Objects closer to the camera may appear larger than they are.
Monkey!
Oh, you go for the monkey.
So I'm going to go talk to Dead Man.
Oh yeah, we can come up here, don't we? No, yeah.
Just so then you can pick up the card.
We'll go here.
And then we take it in turns to reveal the card. And
Yeah, reveal the card, and you're meant to keep the information to yourself, but then you share the information. So we read the card, and then we have a debate about the information we found.
Okay.
So should we take it in turns?
Well, we're both all meant to read our card at the same time because we all get it.
Okay.
Get the cards. And
But
then,
because we're recording, might as well read it out loud.
yeah, might as well read that out.
Yeah.
But for fun.
Okay. As soon as you get closer to the barrel, the monkey seizes the dead rat and stares at you, finally at you. 3 blue, you could try to get the rat carcass. If successful, take item 3 and the token. So that's how many dice I roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I need 3 successes?
So,
So I think I roll these 4 and I need to get 3 on it.
So let me do a quickly check. So this is a check. So it says to do check. Does it say what the difficulty is?
3, I believe.
Yeah. So it's 3 just regular shields that we need to beat.
Right. And I beat that by getting the stars, yeah?
Yeah. So what we have to do is that's like an action. So that's
Right.
going to cost a time unit for everyone to do. So we read all the cards and then
Oh,
we do
right.
all
So
those bits.
one with on the monkey.
Yeah.
The shieldy monkey.
So mine's a nice easy one, which is seated on the water barrel. The petty officer neatly curls up his whip. At his feet lies a young seaman, his back gashed. He raises his eyes towards you and whispers these last words. They think that inflicting this on me, they'll prevent the mutiny. On the steerage in the corner of the storage place, under a barrel marked with a cross, you'll find the arms cache. Don't give up the fight. And we gain the green number 4 symbol.
Ooh.
Am I in?
Tell you what, we'll put that there so people can see.
I just have a bit of gossip.
Ooh.
Which one?
Madre de Dios! We've been hardly serving for 2 weeks, and these punishments are being inflicted every blessed day. This captain is a sadist. He's going to kill us all. Yeah, he's insane. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that El Diablo is on board. Didn't you notice? Pretty warm in the hold of the forecastle, and some say they heard voices. I'm telling you, it's freaking scary. So I said, it's gossip.
So you've got gossip. So now we can do an action, which is going to spend 1 time point, and then we can do things. So Simon can choose to roll for his. We can move to any other location. Doesn't have to be adjacent to go to things. So you could go look and be ready to roll the monkey next turn if you wanted, or we can go other things.
Okay.
So I'm going to step to here to do investigating.
I'm going to go over here.
And you get to do your
fight
test.
a monkey.
I'm going to fight a monkey.
So you get to roll your dice.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
I need to get rid of those shields.
Yeah.
I got 3.
So you got 3 shields. So you got rid of the 3 shields.
There's 3 explosions.
Yeah. So they're the what gets rid of the shields. You've got 2 skulls. So you compare the total number of skull. If you roll at least 1 skull on the dice, and the test still contains at least 1 skull shield, this causes a riposte. So it doesn't. So it does not cause a riposte. So you don't take any damage.
Yay!
And so you get item 3.
A rat's carcass, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
A dead rat.
We get black number 2.
Okay.
I wish you all to know
So-
that I'm so happy with my rat.
These are states that we know exists and that we have, so we know particular pieces of information.
Okay, right.
As
This is a dead rat symbol.
that is the weapons cache. We get to read our
Next one's.
cards.
Yeah.
And I just like hang out with a monkey.
I got more gossip.
I have a bit of gossip as well.
Monkey.
2 ensigns discuss. What an old fool. The master shipwright is not even close to winning without his lucky dice. I offered them to Lady Dolores, hoping to win her favours. She's waiting for me in the officers' quarters.
Ooh,
And I bet 10 doubloons on Monastero, the master at arms. The honour of the castle is at stake. Anyway, we're not going to let an oafish Catalan win. So there's gossip about.
So gossip. So all of this gossip that we get is actual pieces of information that may help us during
Lady
the thing.
Dolores, gambling, all that sort of stuff.
So it is in a deadly silence, and after looking up and down, the guard says on the deck that the captain states in a contemptuous voice, "May this demonstration teach you a lesson. Spain is still far away, and I shan't tolerate any lapse, even the slightest one on my ship." Then he returns to the aftercastle, followed by his officers.
okay.
So he just leaves.
Cool.
So time unit or
So we can now choose to leave as a cost of a time unit.
Yep.
Well, I think we'll have to move to somewhere else, won't we?
So we've got all the information that we think here. So we can go to either the officers' quarters or the steerage.
Okay, so the guns are in steerage.
Guns are in steerage.
And you know what I think about guns.
And Lady Dolores is
Gambling.
apparently gambling in the officers' quarters. But steerage could be good.
Guns.
Guns!
Guns. So we'll clear this away, yeah?
Yeah.
So we roll the dice for how many times it takes to get to the steerage. 2.
Okay.
2.
And we only have 15.
We only have 15, so now it's 12.
Oh yeah.
So we then knock across, find the steerage, and load it up. It's nice that it's all nicely panoramic.
Yeah, I like that.
There should be more token developers, so they all go out as well. You'll need to move your.
Is the artwork the same for all of them, or is it always
No.
different?
The artwork is different generally in a lot of them,
Oh.
and the characters are different,
Oh,
and
so
the
it's
type of
different.
adventure that it is as well is different.
That sounds
Depending.
good. Okay. An excruciating stench and heat reign in the steerage. While moving forward, you bump into the crates and hammocks used by dozens of sailors who live in this confined place. There's to your left what seems to be a cook room. A sailor with a wooden leg is seated on a stool plucking poultry fervently. Not far from him, a black slave is stirring a large spoon in a cooking pot. Scores of sailors surround a man sitting on a crate, doing a logic. In the back, crates and sacks are tied with solid ropes.
Cool. So where would we like to go? So these locations are sealed unless we have the corresponding
Token, yeah.
token, which at the moment we don't.
I'm going to put a rat in. So,
I'm gonna look at gambling.
If I remember correctly, it wasn't over here. Oh, we're over here because I think this is where the gun is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we got 2% of the card, please. Thank you.
So, are we meant to if we weren't filming around?
If we weren't filming or anything like that,
I'm
you would
literally going to read
this,
this. And
and then afterwards you would relay information to us
as if we were just overhearing the gossip and whatnot.
over here in gossip
Okay,
and stuff
cool.
like that. So it's like a mini roleplay type aspect, but it's cooperative,
Yeah.
co-op communication type game. But we'll just reveal everything
yeah,
so
it's fine.
people can see.
if there was like a point-based system, like you're trying to outdo each other, I could understand that.
Yeah.
But as you're all there trying to do a single thing.
A man is gauging you, seated on a crate and surrounded by 30 or so sailors. I'm the master shipwright, and yet I know this damn tub inside out. Now I have to play dice against the master at arms and these knaves from the garrison to avenge the honour of the steerage guys. But I never play without my lucky dice. So long as they won't be found, I'll remain quiet as a church mouth and still as a £20 cannonball. If an agent of the space has item 4, reel the blue card. I don't have item 4.
No. Okay. So, the place houses cannon, crates and barrels all over in a shot. Nothing interesting in here. A heavy metal grating is sealed in the floor. Casting a glance at it, you can see a huge number of slaves, groggy from heat, piled on top of each other. If you have the green token, take item 2. Okay,
The chef is an old sailor with a wooden leg, a reddish face, and a bad breath. He is plucking a sickly hen. When he sees you, he goes berserk and starts yelling and gesticulating. Starts waving his hands at you. He does de puta madre. Bring those dishes to the officers. Maitre de dos. They've been waiting for an hour. I don't want them to shot on my other leg. Take item 1.
Item 1. There was one of the base cards that said something about a yellow symbol. As soon as the yellow symbol is revealed, so the gun was a yellow symbol.
Ooh.
Mutiny!
We don't want a mutiny. Do we?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
I can't remember. But mutiny point gained.
Yeah.
So I've got the officer's meal and a dead rat.
Oh, fun.
That's good.
Just walking around holding these things like.
Right. Well, there's one location left. Do we all want to just pile in?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, let's go see the next man with the pot.
Struck between two beams, a large cooking pot spreads a smooth smell of turnips browned in large juice. Next to it, a lifeless big black man stirs with a wooden spoon. The next meal for the Santo Tomas de Aquino's sailors. If you have item 3, you can spice up the sailor's meal. Only one agent and only one roll. If successful, discard item 3 and reveal the blue counter. If you fail, this test is no longer available during the turn. So I can drop the dead rat in.
Yeah.
Dropping the dead rat in?
So there are 2 shields. So there's
Yeah.
2 regular shields.
Not dropping the dead rat in.
Okay, so you get rid of 1. We don't succeed the test.
Yeah.
So the rat does not get dropped in.
And can't do it for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh wow, okay. You still got a dead rat though.
Got a rat.
Woo! Your friend.
Well, that's all this place done.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Officers' quarters?
Officers' quarters.
Off we go.
So while you do that, I will roll. And we spend 2 more time.
Do it.
We may come back if we get more stats. I don't know.
So crew's quarters, yeah? Officers' quarters.
And because this one has a exclamation mark and everyone, we all must go
We almost go there.
there first.
Okay. We are summoned.
Yes. Someone to that location.
Watch out! All of you must visit card B before going to the other cards. Yep. Located in the back of the ship, the officers' quarters are a large room with plentiful of windows letting in the fresh breeze from the Caribbean. At the door, 2 soldiers are standing guard. At a short distance, the second in command is in the midst of a discussion with the military chaplain. A noble Spanish lady stands next to the poop deck's window, holding a fan. I think he would if it's called the poop deck. In the back of the room, maps and a logbook are laid out on a writing desk with several closed drawers.
Ooh.
My drawers are always open.
And then, because we're all in this location, we reveal B.
As you get closer, both guards on duty at the entrance of the officers' quarters step in aggressively as one of them commands, "Stop! Unless you have a good reason for being here, I suggest you leave." I don't know why the haughty Englishman is a Spanish ship. Only Ignacio and or Maria can explore this location. The other receptacles remain stuck on this card. If you discard item 1, then the guards will allow the whole group to pass. Oh yeah!
Oh, you got item 1?
Yep.
Yeah. So item 1 goes to that.
Oh, that's nice.
So
So you 2 could have got in anyway. It's just me.
Yeah.
Use the eel.
Just do the eel. We are right. So where would we all like to go? I think because I've got cruising with us.
You got lost crew.
zoo. I might go see a fancy lady.
Or what are you time?
I'll go listen to some gossip, yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
I'll go break it down.
Okay. Excuse me, hon.
Yeah.
I would just wish to say this card has the rich scent of mahogany. The mahogany writing desk is adjoined to the wall in the back of the quarters and covered in papers. On the top, the logbook is laying next to the cluttered sea maps. You discreetly examine the pieces of furniture and find some interesting notes. Take item 6.
Let's get item 6.
Come on. What have you got?
Who me?
Oh, yeah.
I'll wait for you guys to.
Oh, okay.
You are getting closer to Lady Dolores, who is toying with dice in her right hand. A young officer offered me these whalebone dice. They're quite original, although a little common for a lady of my rank. I can try to convince Lady Dolores to give you the dice, which is 4 of these. And I can keep talking to her because it's not all at once. If successful, take item 4. So, oh, we should have tipped it down. So your item.
Oh, yeah. The military chaplain and the second in command, who's carrying a bunch of keys strapped to his belt, discuss quietly, not too far from the large table. This monk from the Ismail monastery is behaving oddly. He almost never leaves his cabin, only praying and reading over and over his pagan texts, while mumbling. The captain is edgier than ever since spending time with this monk. I can do a thing to try and steal a bunch of keys.
So that is a dexterity check. So you're going to have a check of 4. Well, check of 2 to defeat.
Easy peasy.
So what I got was, it's a note from a diary, it looks like. Day 13. Not far from New Spain's coasts, we chased a pirate sloop and boarded her as permitted by the crown. After harsh combats, we scuttled the skiff and captured part of her crew that is now locked in the secret jail. These buccaneers will be hanged high as soon as the captain will deem it fit.
Interesting.
No,
Oh,
all the way.
okay.
All the way.
I didn't know they were double-sided.
So we can now spend another time to start doing the tests.
Okay.
We're going to do the test. Simon then can either move to a location or do.
I'll move with to where Tyney is because I'm not very good at charisma.
Cool.
So can I have a dice, please? And I'll roll my 3. How many dice do you
Another
have?
good thing about Gamma cards, we like hoarding dice.
How many dice do you take for your decks?
3.
Right, so we can both roll those at the same time.
Cool. Come on. I can do a corporal as well.
Oh my.
What'd you do, those?
So we both got terrible results, so nothing happens.
I can reroll though.
You can re-roll.
Come on, you double. That's not a double.
No,
Not
that's
at
not
school
double.
though.
So we can now spend another time to try and do the tests.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So I can help Tyney now.
Yep, so now I'll go try and do mine.
Okay.
I got rid of 2.
Okay.
And then because he can do it in any order, you can either have Simon first or
Actually,
you can.
time.
What?
If successful, take that. If not, take item 5.
Alright,
So
okay,
you weren't
it's a
successful.
one-time only thing.
Oh, so it was a one-time only thing.
Okie dokie.
You take item 5.
I believe so, anyway.
You sure?
Try stealing a bunch of keys. If you were successful, if you have that token, which we did, we would reveal that card. If not, we have taken item 5. So you take item 5,
Which is a bunch of keys.
which is a bunch of keys. So you got the keys.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So yeah, so now I can.
I'd say keep going.
Yeah.
We'll both. I'll move in there with you because I didn't do a test.
Do you want to move?
Yeah, might as well.
Come on. There we go.
Yay!
So.
If successful, take item 4.
You got the dice.
Yes.
Also, we can go back and give the.
Give the dice.
Yeah.
To the guy.
Okay.
Which is very aware that's what we can do.
Yes.
That's what I remember doing last time in the.
So. I guess we're scooping all this and moving back to the.
Steerage? No. Steerage?
Yeah.
Steerage.
Yep. So. Oh, we're winning. Oh,
So you stop rolling 2 for.
There's ones on there also.
I know. How many do you?
Well, technically, we know what that is. We know what that is.
Yeah, we know what all are.
Except the these ones. Is there anything?
Yeah, we know that one. We don't know.
Those ones, yeah.
So I'm guessing we're all going to see the old bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only
We
thing
can't
I've got.
drop the rat in the sewer, can we?
No,
No,
'cause that was
I
a
tried,
one
that
time.
So yeah, let's go see the old man.
So if you have item 4, which we do,
Yeah. Reveal this one.
Yep.
Ooh, green. Jose Luis thanks you warmly while delightfully playing with his dice.
Yeah.
As I was telling you, I know this damn tub inside out. And yes, there's a lot of people in the bilge. The Revenge is buccaneers imprisoned in a jail inaccessible to those who don't know the way. And the captain forced me, before we left Campeche, to build there a special partition to store a treasure. There's something fishy about it. It produces a curious bluish glow. However, men can no longer go there. Only those bastards from the garrison have keys. Take item 7. Oh, hello. It's a thing.
Yeah, it goes on that. So we can now move to the jail, can't we?
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Would you like me to roll it?
Yes.
This is your roller. Damn it. Okay, yeah, no, two is the very average.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have all 3, so, you know.
That's true. So now that clears out when we go to the next location.
Which I don't think we have enough time to do.
So seeing what happens. If it reaches the 0 space, you immediately transfer it and you must read mission failed.
Oh dear.
And we all stop in that spot.
Yeah.
Reveal A first and then.
Watch out! Oh, you must visit card B before going to the other cards. Going to the bottom of the ship, I don't know why my voice keeps changing, you try to find your way through this maze of decks and holds. Suddenly, you realise that the swell is dangerously intensifying. The ship starts pitching violently. A storm is coming. Finally, you find the staircase leading to the hold of the forecastle. At the foot of the stairs, 4 soldiers stand guard in front of a metal cage in which 15 men or so are crammed.
Ooh.
No sooner have you laid your foot on the staircase than 4 soldiers stop you. You have nothing to do here. Go back to the deck. Only Royal Marines and the captain are authorized to see the prisoners. 5 shields, 2 skull shields. Fight. Get rid of the guards.
Are you not helping?
So what's the?
What? Were you not paying it?
I was paying attention, but I was just looking at it a little bit. So we're going into a fight, yeah.
Apparently.
Okay. So we've got
2 of them
2 of them.
and 5 shields.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
We are meant to really keep them tracked down the bottom, but the fun.
Juan is in the way.
So I'm checking, making sure I've been doing the right because we
Yeah.
don't have enough time. So I'm checking to see if we need to spend a time unit to take the test.
Don't do it. We all get a turn, though.
Because we arrive at a place
Mm-hmm.
and then we read the card and then it says you usually do an action.
Which would be the rolling of the dice.
So you do the thing and it's expenditure of 1 thing, then do an action, which is make a character, move your pawn, don't do anything. So we moved. So I think we have to spend a token to fight, like a time to fight, which then hits 0, so we then get ejected out.
Oh, good.
Oh, we're back again. Unless we got the starting time wrong.
No, that
Yeah,
double
it's
checked. It's definitely 15.
Alright.
So yeah,
Will fighting not be an action?
fighting is an action
Yeah, but we spend a time unit to do an
Yeah.
action.
Alright, okay.
because it's you go into a test and you succeed at a test. For each time unit spent by the time captain, all agents present at the space corresponding to the test can roll their quota of dice to take part in the effort.
Alright, okay.
So you spend a time token to do the fight.
Yeah.
We would do the fight and then we'd hit 0
Okay.
and eject out.
Right.
So we have failed.
We have failed.
I think we should fight them to show off that
Yeah,
and then eject.
and
Yeah.
then eject.
Yeah.
So we spend the time token and thing. So we can resolve them in any order. So who wants to do the first fight roll?
Right. 2 dice, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I cancel that, so 2.
So you got 2. So get rid of 2 normal shields first.
Yep.
Then let me just double check this bit. So
I think if there's any skulls still showing riposte.
yeah, so there's 1 skull shield.
No, there isn't. I removed it.
Yeah, you removed your skull, but I'm checking to see if because the skull shields. 2 normal shields eliminated. Right, so 2 skull shields.
Are you back home?
Eliminated, no cost. That one. This one. So 1 skull shield. Fucking no. 2 normal shields eliminated, 1 skull shield eliminated, still 1 left. Riposte for 3. 1 die, 2 shields, and down. So yeah, you check what your resistance is.
Which is 2.
And there are 2, so you're fine.
Okay.
Because you have a resistance of 2.
Okay.
While this carries on, some entertainment.
So next is I'll go next. So I get rid of 2.
Yep.
And I have a resistance of 3, so I don't take any damage.
Cool. I have 1 dice.
You can do it!
No, I can't.
No.
Okay,
So you attack for 3.
so you take 1.
So I take 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we'd have to spend a time unit to do it again, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I feel like we started with more when we were at Expo.
Yeah.
I thought we restarted or something. You gained time.
No.
No, I don't think you fail. You restart and you can go back in, can't you?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. You can go back in.
Yeah.
And you start from the beginning again.
But you
And
know.
we maintain these.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we
right.
know where we need to go.
Did we do that in Expo then?
Don't think so.
I don't think we did. I think we managed to get through it.
But should we, which one is it?
Mission fail.
Mission fail. Listen to me carefully, landlubbers. It would be best not to swallow water on your first transfer, okay? We were able to record your position and recover some usable data to locate an arms cache and the Buccaneers jail. Well, here you go again. Leave in place the plan item stamped and leave if you do not have them. Take item 7 and that. So, fair enough. The rest of the game is entirely reset. Discard cards, items, tokens, life points, etc. Read again base cards E to F, then follow Laura's instructions. For this run, you can start over the adventure in a location of your choice. So yeah, essentially we can just start there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. But we lose all
Items and
Items.
everything else, yeah.
everything else. So
So we're going again,
yeah.
Well, yeah, we're essentially carrying on.
Cool.
And this resets, doesn't it? Or
Yes, so this is going to reset back to its 5.
what did your pistol do?
I got
Starting a mutiny.
oh, this gets removed as well.
Oh.
So if we need to get this up, we need.
And that actually gets removed as well.
Does that get removed as well?
Yeah, the only things we keep hold of are that and that.
Oh,
This weapon is loaded. Discard this card to remove a pile of blood during combat test.
Oh, so we could have. No.
I could have shot that entire pile.
You good off.
I didn't beat that.
Reach your cards.
But then we would have reset anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, we could reset back at the steerage.
Yeah.
Pick up the gun.
Oh, you can go back and pick stuff up again.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
could go to the steerage, pick up the gun,
Hmm.
and try.
Do I do that?
Hmm.
We could also. No, we can't try dropping the rat in because we don't have the rat. We'd have to go to the deck for the rat.
I think we should just give it a go and try and fight our way through.
Fight our way through?
Because we did quite well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know I've
didn't
got 15, so we just keep going.
Yeah. So I'll fight
Yep.
and get 1.
1.
And then take no damage because I'm on 2.
So one shot gone.
Yep.
Winner!
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And then you don't take any damage, do you?
Taking damage.
And time rolls the skull again. Oh.
no, I roll nothing.
And
I'm
your
so helpful.
armor's 2, and then only
Yeah.
2, so you don't have to take anything.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So then we do it again.
Yep, do it again. You go first.
Get rid of that, do a point of damage.
Yeah. And then I'll get rid of those. There's no more shield tokens, so
Get rid of the guards. So then we just have free reign, which is just to move to there, really.
Yeah.
All together.
Which is 1.
Yep. One move in.
Would damage do it?
If you like, yeah.
Yeah.
In a cage security locked, 15 or so buccaneers are crammed. 3 of them come closer when they see you. A tall, black guy bearing ritual scars all over, a beautiful red-headed woman with wild eyes, and a giant blonde who calls over to you. I'm Edward, the petty officer of the Revenge. Her is Charlotte, and him Caesar. Free us and join the Brotherhood of the Coast. Let's sail together for the winds. To free the buccaneers, discard item 5, and then immediately reveal the pink,
We need the keys.
which is...
I lost them.
So we need to go to the officers' quarters.
Okay, so... Yes, because we can go to the officers' quarters. I can't go in, but you two can just automatically.
Yeah.
So move into the officers' quarters. 2. So that's that actually, because it was there and I was there.
Yeah.
So we pack this away.
Look.
And the officers' quarters.
Sure. Go there, but we need to technically stop at the first location. Because it's got a stop.
That wouldn't.
So we all stop here.
Yeah.
And then we spend another time unit to
Leave me at the door.
leave it at the door. Go there.
Try to steal the thing. Which keys? So 2 shields.
Can you both do it, or?
We can try. I think it's one person tries to make the attempt, and because it's a if successful, do this. If not, do this.
And
Maybe one
you're
person.
1 and you're 3 times. It's probably better for you to do it time.
So yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
spend time. You make the test.
What am I looking for?
You get
Explosions.
explosions.
4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yay!
So we don't have the black.
So you get.
If not, take item 5.
No, you succeeded.
Oh, you succeeded. Okay.
Oh wait, no, you don't have it. So yeah, you just take item 5. Sorry, yeah.
So you got item 5.
Yeah.
Item 5.
You item 5.
Because we did have that last time, didn't we?
Yes. I got my keys.
So then move back to the brig.
Back to the break.
Takes 2.
Oh dear.
I've only just put all these out.
It's only downfall in this game, I feel. Sort of like the constant in, out, shake it all about us.
Do the okie cookie and turn about.
Location 5, isn't it?
So done that.
Which one is that?
That's that one. That's done that. So that's that.
Immediately take pink, which then flips that over.
Yep. Everyone go see the blonde man again.
Once the cage is open, the Buccaneers thank you warmly, backslapping you. And Edward speaks out. Let's take over the ship, brothers, and hoist the black flag on top of the main mast. After all, kings steal from the poor using the laws to their advantage, and we in turn steal from the rich using our soul strength. Let's go, it shouldn't be hard. I saw the captain retrieve his treasure with the disgusting old monk yapping behind him. Then they went back up running as if their lives depended on it. 2 of these. If there is no mutiny, less than 3, read the mission successful card.
Woohoo! I'm going to read.
Yellow mission successful because it's in yellow.
Oh, yellow. Cool. Ooh, Bob's scary. Well, not bad for newbies. I've been watching you during the mission. Except that for a few hesitations, usual on the first transfer, you did rather well. Of course, it wasn't that difficult to free these future receptacles. Well, yes, these buccaneers are the utmost importance because they will serve as receptacles on their next mission. Brotherhood of the Coast. Go have a drink of synth rum to my health. You deserve it.
But why all the rum?
You see his face? His face is really creepy.
I have seen his face. It's on the other card.
Ugh.
It looks like Tuvok, but It's been slapped with a few fish.
So then that would lead us into the Brotherhood of the Coast.
Which is the expansion.
It is one of the standard, like it's one of the expansions that you get. So the game itself is module based.
Yeah.
So the board, the dice, the tokens, the keys, everything is generic. And then the actual decks.
Yeah, you get mission packs like that.
Yeah, are what determine everything else, and that is the entire game.
Yeah.
So basically, you buy an engine, and then you buy extra bits to make the games.
So is there a story in the base game box?
There is.
Oh, okay.
There is an adventure called The Asylum.
Ooh.
So,
We both said that the same, but differently.
this is the demo decks box. It's quite small.
Oh, jeez.
That's the size of the asylum.
It's enough to drive you insane.
Yeah. So it comes with flashcards and all the other sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I do like my flashcard. It's a very interesting game actually. I like the idea that it all lays out.
Yeah.
I do think 15 time units it just didn't seem right.
It didn't feel like enough time.
Yeah.
Maybe we did it all right last time. I don't know. I don't know what we did last
I
time.
remember getting the rat into the stew, and there was like a monkey.
Yeah.
There was another monkey, or is it the same monkey? I can't tell.
The monkey come. I think when you do the key, if you're successful,
Oh, yeah.
the monkey does something.
It comes back.
The monkey comes back and you give him the rat because you have the rat. He does something with the rat and annoys the guards, and you get away and you do extra bets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Really, I'm sorry. I am listening to you, but I'm also seemingly packing things up for some reason.
Oh, Mike.
It's a really good game. I'd recommend anybody try it out.
Oh, yeah.
Expo did a really good. The lady at the Expo did a really good job.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
She did. She explained it all much easier. I did not do it.
It didn't feel like, well, obviously this is a demo deck,
Yeah.
but it didn't feel like a demo. Like sometimes
No.
when you're at Expo, you sort of rushed through games.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite nicely sort of paced.
Yeah, we did sit down and have a conversation with her about it as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
She knows stuff.
She's obviously been doing it a lot that weekend as well, but it's
But she seems to enjoy it herself, so
yeah.
that's what a good demoer is.
Yes.
Demoer?
New
Demonstrator.
There we
Demonstrator.
go.
It's like a lemonator.
And as we saw, we got to keep bits between messing up.
Yeah.
as it
Yeah.
were.
So you're essentially an agent in the future being sent back in time. So that's why it's sort of that you can do that, because you can just sort of jump back again, can't you?
Yeah. So you have bits of information, and there are items that you can get which have the little time symbol on, and that means you keep them between runs, so you can build up a thing, and it's meant to take multiple runs to try and get through the scenarios.
I hope there's some like piss take card where just like the doctor walks in and goes, "Stop it! You're messing with the fabric of time."
It would be nice to. There's a lot of different stories as well. Like nothing's ever the same.
We didn't quite see the death mechanic, did we? Because if you die, you're not out the game. You have the chance of coming back.
Yeah, so
That's
what the little.
what I died. That's what happened last
So
time.
when you die, you save the times on 15.
Yeah.
You go 7 time units forward, and then you respawn.
Yeah.
And you basically go, I respawn in this location.
I think I died last time. That's what I remember.
One of us died.
I
Yeah.
think you died.
It was me.
And it just goes.
I remember how though. Must have been fighting the guards or something. Because I think I saw.
I think it was the guard. No, it was the. Because last time we did a 3-point mutiny because we had the gun.
Oh, right.
And the gun gives you an extra point of mutiny, which means you continue on.
Yeah.
And you go up to the. You actually then do the fight to take over
to
the
take
ship.
over the ship, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I recommend everybody getting it. I think we should play it again, definitely.
Yeah.
Play the
Well,
asylum.
Go through the asylum and hopefully pick up some more of the others.
Yeah. Well, on the back of this one, there's Under the Mask, which is a Bali and King's Pharaoh secret. I imagine Egyptian one.
Yeah.
On here, there's the Brotherhood of the Coast, and then on the back of it, there is Lumen Fidei,
Ooh.
Australia Drive, and Brotherhood of the Coast. I think one's set in 1490,
Ooh.
Catalonia. Then there's California in 1982, and then there's the Caribbean. All the seas.
There's one which is where it's, I think it's called Prophecy of Dragons, and you're in a fantasy setting,
Really?
and you're like a wizard and a paladin and stuff like that.
They're on about the gold glowing.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all the treasure glowing. So I think there's room for it to be a bit mysterious.
Yeah. Definitely.
But no, I really enjoyed that.
That was Time Stories.
Yes.
And now a story for you, children. Go to bed.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.